So what do you reckon?
It's really slippy, that's what I reckon.
You've got your Road 6s on.
Yeah, right.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to a new vid. And it's the first vid since we got back from France, isn't it?
Yeah, you've been busy editing, haven't you?
Tonight's video, we're heading off for some chips. It's a Thursday night, isn't it? So
work night.
Work night.
Yeah.
So we appear to be at a ford. It's quite a big ford, which we don't fancy going through. It's not so much it being deep, it's dead slippy. And
we don't need to go that way anyway.
We don't. That's probably the only reason he went down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, Carol's bike's looking nice and clean after I cleaned it.
Yeah, it might not be after we go past that quarry down there.
Yeah, unfortunately we've got to go by the quarry. And I've bought out my XSR 900 or Velocity Moto 900 LC. Looking all nice and shiny, even though we've come about 30-40 miles from home. It's got a grand total of 3,600 miles on it. Terrible, isn't it, really? Right, so which way are we going from here then?
Back that way, I'm not going through there.
No, I don't think so. Well, this will be the next thing, seeing Carol turn that thing round, because it's got the turning circle of an oil tanker. Do you need me to help you?
I'll go backwards.
Oh, hang on.
Sorry.
She's stuck, guys.
I'd be able to roll it back if I was rolling downhill a bit, but...
It's a good job it ain't a motorway, isn't it? Are you still in gear?
Yeah, but I've got my clutch in. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that'll do.
That's it, don't run me over. Whose idea was it to come down here?
Yours, definitely.
Actually, I don't fancy the Ford myself.
I didn't think you would.
I've been through it. In fact, there's a nice picture that Andy took of me on my... stalled it. On my Versys going through there. Well, for 7 o'clock in the evening, it's still a lovely temperature, Carol.
It is, it's warm, isn't it?
Warm, yeah. All the beautiful days seem to have skipped July, and we've had to get to August for our first evening ride out.
Well, we went to Triumph's bike night last night, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, but we didn't film. We met a few people that watched the channel,
nice.
didn't we?
Yeah.
And yeah, nice having a chat. Sometimes it's just nice wandering around, chatting and not filming, isn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I thought we'd done pretty well in the comments section, Carol, not to get too much abuse for taking the van over to France.
No, a few people said it was a really good idea.
It was quite a fun trip, wasn't it?
It was lovely, yeah. Yeah, great way to travel. It was just a lovely holiday. I mean, it's just so relaxed. Having the cabin as a base worked really well because you've got everything local. You've got a nice little town with bars and restaurants if you want those, or you've got a supermarket across the road so you can live quite cheaply. And it's all good.
And at the end of the day, it was a holiday, wasn't it? We're not trying to prove anything. You
can't really call it a tour. It was more of a holiday with bikes rather than a tour.
Yeah, but we have done that journey on bikes, haven't we, from England?
Yeah, and that's kind of what makes us think we don't want to do it again, really.
But we did do it in 2 days, and that was still using some péage motorways.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I think when you've only got a week's holiday to do it in, I think the way we did it was couldn't be beaten, really.
Yeah, we should come out at the end of this road onto the quite famous road called Via Gellia. Via Gellia. By the time this video comes out, we'll know how Flat Cap Cafe Racer got on in at Bonneville.
Oh yeah, it looked a bit wet, didn't it?
Yeah, but I've seen a few posts from our friend Maurice Turgu, who's also out there.
Well?
He's out there, yeah, and they are racing.
Right.
So it's just the paddock area that was really wet. So I really hope he's done okay and there's been no accidents or anything and everybody's safe. Cut.
It seems there has been an incident at the Bonneville Salt Flats with Flat Cap Cafe Racers Rocket 3 run. We don't know the full details as yet because he hasn't put his video up yet of his third run. His first and second run are on there, but we suggest you subscribe to Flat Cap Cafe Racer to hear more.
Jerry, we're thinking about you. Get well soon, and we're looking forward to seeing what actually happened
On run 3.
Cheers for now. Back to the video.
Got some ideas for next year, but I don't think we'll put them out on the internet yet. In my big birthday next year, which is my 60th, so we might do something a little bit special. It might be all on bikes, but it'll be abroad, I think.
Yeah.
We were thinking of Scotland.
We were thinking of Scotland.
I think we're going to push the boat out a bit further.
Yeah. Again, Scotland's wonderful if you can just go last minute when the weather's good, but booking it ahead, I don't know, big commitment, isn't it?
There's one thing, at least I'll be able to do this run to Matlock and back home without having to refuel.
Yeah.
I think I looked at the dash and it's doing 55 mpg.
That's good.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Really. It's nice to ride something different for a change. Really not put many miles on it this year.
No, when you took it for its MOT, it was a bit of a shock how few you'd done, really, wasn't it?
Can you remember how many it was?
Is it 500?
I think it was just 500 miles, which is appalling, really, considering it's taxed and insured.
Yeah, it's barely worth having the bike for 500 miles, I think.
Oh, it is.
Seriously.
It is worth having, Carol.
Think about
Unless someone made me a really, really good offer, this isn't being sold. You can't get this bike new now with the Velocity Moto kit on.
No.
Because obviously they've discontinued this XSR. You've got a completely new shape of XSR. So you can only have this body kit on a second-hand bike now. Yeah, we're in Cromford. Just to our left is the, do they call it the fish pond?
Yeah.
Looking a bit dirty, actually.
Looks a bit weedy, doesn't it? Yeah.
Got a rever behind us. Which chippy we're going to tonight? We need to try a different chippy from the one where we made the video last time.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Costa's again, but depends how busy it is there. It gets a bit rammed, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Apparently all you need is love, according to the poster.
Under motor bar.
Oh, busy.
Yeah.
Bike's on the other side as well.
Oh yeah.
And we're getting in here anyway. If you see a spot, just take one.
Yeah.
Go a bit further down.
Getting in here.
Wow. Busy. Ah. You sure he can still get out?
I think so. You okay to get out there? Not too close. You'll be alright standing up there. Like that. He can move it if you want.
Oh God,
because I can't.
Busy, isn't it? How much was that?
For 2 large fish and chips and peas, have 2 cans of pop, £23.
23 quid.
They're large fish, you could have had small.
I like the large one. Won't like it, I can still see me bike. Where's the bars? I like it actually, it's nice. Yeah.
lot of bars on that seat, yeah. Nice, but uncomfortable to ride, I think. Really, really busy night, isn't it? What time is it now?
Nearly 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock at night on a Thursday. Not bad, is it? It's a 690 KTM. He's got more CC than you've got in one pot there. He's a 690, you're a 675.
Our seat looks more comfortable.
Yeah, it looks a bit of a knife edge, doesn't it, that? That was a nice stop for chips.
Yeah, lovely. I think all the fish and chip shops in this town are all pretty good, to be honest. That was the Promenade one, wasn't it?
Yeah, just down here on your right before we get to Costa's. Just there. Very nice. There was a few tools around though tonight, weren't there? One guy had to wheelie his bike all the way down the street. The trouble is, all you do is, you know, attract coppers, don't you? And they'll
That's what's happened at the Ace Cafe, isn't it? They can't do a Friday night bike night now because of all the idiots.
Because you get some idiots, yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps they're just getting old, Carol.
I don't know, you never used to do that when you were young.
No, you know, I was a bit of a hooligan, but there was a time and a place.
Would you have
No. Probably because I couldn't pull a good wheelie off.
Couldn't do it.
Well, the worst thing is pulling a wheelie up Matlock High Street and then dropping it, isn't it?
It's just like I struggle when you know all these people are watching you anyway, just riding normally.
I know.
That's why I won't do like Prescott Hill or anything like that.
It was interesting though. We were sat about 5 bikes down from where my bike was, and you could tell people. Some people were nodding and yeah, well that's nice. And some people were like shaking their heads, singing, "What an atrocity that is!" Personally, I don't care. It's a talking point, isn't it, Carol?
Yeah, it certainly creates a lot of interest because I think at first glance they think it's an original LC, and then they look a bit closer. And think,
and now it's got a 4-stroke engine in it. What's he doing? Which way are we going back? Are we going back a different way? We're going back.
You better lead then.
Straight on and past Carsington Water.
Can do if you like.
Could do just for a change.
Yeah, view across there.
Folks have already seen us go down Via Gellia. It's actually slightly quicker back this way, I think. So the biking trade must bring a fortune into Matlock.
I know.
Mostly to the chippies.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they do so well with a salad bar, would they?
I think it's starting to get dark. Nights are drawing in.
I know.
I want to get right up here. It's a depressing thought, isn't it?
That's why you've got to get out while you can.
Well, that's why we're here tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not many evenings left where you can still get away from work, get out, ride 50 miles, have chips and ride 50 miles back.
It'd still be daylight. Should still be just daylight when we get back.
It kind of makes a 20 quid chips quite expensive though if you add in fuel, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
There's Carsington Water.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's a reservoir, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, we better sign this video off, hadn't we?
Yes, I think so. Get too dark to actually see us soon.
It will, yeah. We'll be home in the dark, I think. But thanks for coming along with us. It's only for chips in Matlock, but
it was still a great evening, wasn't it?
Been a beautiful evening, yeah. Really nice cloud formation over there with the sun coming through.
I think
as
you have to take all the evening opportunities you can to ride your motorbike, because winter's going to be upon us in no time.
I don't think just evening. I think any opportunity to get out on your bike is cheers you up, makes you feel good.
Oh, certainly does. Certainly does. Anyway, catch you on the next one. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh no! Shit!
Oh, that was so close.
Oh god!
That was really close.